Greetings, villains, vigilantes, heroes, and heroines.
You're tuned into Project SuperVillain. We're your hosts. I'm ArcDrifter.
I'm Midnight White.
Welcome back to our Review Jam series. This is episode 2, and this is a series where we review 3 random indie games made by indie devs.
This series is brought to you in partnership with Nest. That's National Esports Tournament. They are based out of Toronto, and basically if you're interested in all things gaming, esports, all the nerdy shit like that, go and check them out. It's the place for you.
Yeah, links will be in the description.
In this episode, we're going to take a look at 3 random titles. 3 random titles.
So we're also going to learn how to read today.
T to the I to the double T I to the E to the SF. So today we're going to take a look at 3 random titles, all very early in development, a bit rough around the edges, but all present great potential, bringing their own ideas to the table and creating surefire formulas for fun and addicting gameplay. Alset. Developed by a team with no official title, Alset is all set to bring you back to the glory days of 3D platforming. That good stuff you remember from the days of the PS2 and N64, where new ideas were aplenty and developers the world over weren't afraid to experiment.
It's readily apparent upon starting the game that Alset clearly takes inspiration from several heavy hitters of the platforming genre. Hints of Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario 64, and Crash Bandicoot are all present with this tech demo. It borrows heavily in its visual styles as well, with many elements being reminiscent of games like Mini Ninjas, Legend of Zelda, and Spyro. A pleasing remix of old-school visuals combined with some more modern mechanics when it comes to gameplay.
As we mentioned, this game is a 3D platformer, and while it's still very much in development, the foundations of solid gameplay and mechanics are evident and ready to be expanded upon. If you've played a platformer ever in your life, then you'll be familiar with what Alset has on offer. But it's not just about jumping. You will have to be a bit more calculated with your platforming and timing, as there are many hazards and traps to avoid and obstacles to overcome as you traverse through the demo's single level. Additionally, this game includes a few modern elements to add some variety to the standard platforming.
You can collect blueprints and craft items you'll need to progress, one such item being the rope magnet, a magnetic grappling hook that allows Alset to attach and swing off of floating spheres throughout the environment. As well, Alset seems to have the natural-born gift of buoyancy and oxygen. He can float to... Wait, is that how we're supposed to use that word?
No.
Anyways, he can gently float to the ground instead of reaching terminal velocity and becoming a smear. These little alterations to the typical elements of a platformer add some much appreciated diversity to the flow of gameplay.
If Alset is trying to evoke nostalgia, it's doing a damn fine job of it. Short but sweet and packed with potential in its crafting system and core mechanics, it would be a damn shame if we don't get to see more of this game.
Could always use another good platformer in our lives, and here's hoping that one day Alset will be one of those games we can look back on so fondly. Jice. NG Plus is a studio you may not have heard of before, but we stumbled upon this gem in the making. Make no mistake, it still needs a lot of work and fine-tuning, but it shows much promise of being developed into a charming and addicting run-and-gun first-person platformer.
Jice is a bona fide slip-and-slide, scoot-and-shoot platformer featuring the set from Katy Perry's California Girls. And Snoop Dogg is there too! Nah, but there are some robots though. Don't worry, they're chill, but they might kill you sometimes. There's not much to it, yet it entertains, though it's only a single level. The aim of the game is for you to get from point A to point B. Nothing more, nothing less. But feel free to shoot some droids on the way.
Taking inspiration from games with similar movement systems, such as Mirror's Edge and Titanfall, Jice features a strong emphasis on parkour. It attempts to create a free-flowing obstacle course for you to navigate as fast as possible with multiple goals and checkpoints marking your path. There are certain parts of the game that feel very smooth and flow well, which is what gave us faith in it. However, a few inconsistencies are present, such as enemies obstructing your path mid-jump, and odd collision detection throughout the levels.
During platforming, you must be aware to manage your energy supply. Actions such as running on walls and using your double jump will drain your energy meter, which you will need to replenish by picking up batteries that are scattered across the map. Also, as mentioned above, there is a combat element to the game. However, it's quite sparse and unimpactful. Perhaps with touch-ups to the audio and visuals of attacks from both the player and the enemies, the combat would begin to feel like a larger part of the game.
They're the makings of a fantastic game here. It needs much more work, but the ideas are there and they definitely cause Jice to stand out from the slew of indie games across itch.io.
That's where we found it. Though this game hasn't had an update since June of 2019, we're hoping this little project is still in the works. platformer that definitely needs some polish, but one that we want to see succeed come time for a full release.
Fangs and Friends. This is Fangs and Friends, a co-op puzzle game made by, well, the people who made Fangs and Friends. Oh hell, another fucking studio without a name! What are we supposed to call you? Seriously guys, Fangs and Friends, Alset. You guys need to come up with a name for yourselves. See how awkward this is?
Okay, jokes aside, Fangs and Friends is remarkable in many ways. From its art style to its atmosphere to the witty dialogue of each character, it definitely leaves a lasting impression despite the short length of this demo.
Okay, as previously stated, it's a cooperative puzzle game where you and a friend control either an ice mage or a fire-breathing vampire, and you'll need to work together in order to escape the confines of the perilous dungeon in which you are being held captive. It's basically a 3D version of Fireboy and Water Girl, a classic Flash game some of you may remember from many years ago.
This game can only be played with 2 players. Maybe 2 controllers if you have the patience, but we highly recommend bringing a friend. The goal is to traverse the different areas of the dungeon, solving puzzles which will allow you to progress to the next area and past any of the obstacles in your path to freedom. Hazards can include running water, sunlight, and more traditional traps such as pits and spiked plates.
As well, many obstacles will hinder you, such as hidden paths and clever mechanisms that can only be conquered if you and your partner are able to work together in overcoming their mysteries. Though an unlikely combination, the mage and the vampire make a very effective duo with an entertaining dynamic which makes for excellent conversations between them.
We see so many positive aspects of this game, so many possibilities for it. Simple in design and concept, but undeniably amusing, and sure to have a varying range of challenges as the game progresses.
For now, it's only a few short levels in length, but we're anxious to see what's to come for the future of Fangs and Friends.
And that's 3! 3 games! Again!
Thanks for watching our review jam.
This one was a lot shorter than the last one, but all of these games are very early in development.
Just like my brain.
You see what I deal with? It's painful. It hurts me more than it hurts you. But you know what's not in early development?
Our channel. Go check out the links down below to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Mixer, all of which we upload memes, streams, music, gameplay, and tons of cool content like this video.
That's right.
Game reviews and stuff like that too, so go check it out if you like that stuff. We
Good
really
tons of
appreciate
fun.
it too.
Good tons of fun there. We also do have a Discord channel. If you are following us on any one of the platforms mentioned, just send us a message and ask to be invited, and we will send you a link to the Discord. And don't forget to check out our friends at Nest. Again, that is National Esports Tournament, based out of Toronto, your one-stop destination for everything esports, gaming, and nerdy. So make sure you check them out.
Go check out the links down below. That's it for today's video, guys, so I hope you all have yourselves a chillax evening.
Awesome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching.
Project dismissed.
Peach
out.